I don't think I can handle anything but sleep tonight.
It's fine with me. Why don't you just sit back and relax and watch some TV, or I'll read. You want me to read to you? Is there a book you want?
You know that Killing Club book? I was going to start reading that tonight.
Yeah?
Yeah. Little Killing Club. How?
So when I first saw the sky, I didn't think fire. I thought, wow, Ben's really outdone himself this year. He was always a believer. We all read in the 5th grade when he socked Garth McBride for saying there was no such thing as Santa Claus. You want me to keep going?
Definitely. I think we're about to get to the first murder.
All right. Now Ben played Santa for the Rotarians in a plastic igloo in the Appleton Mall. Into Glen Valley, I could see the smoke, then smell it. As soon as I took the right into Windsor Lane, I knew it was Ben's house on fire. When I saw how bad it was, my hands went hot on the wheel. The big ladder truck had pulled up on the lawn, black and whites blocked off the street. Neighbors stood watching from the sidewalks. EMS was in the driveway, and 2 paramedics were lifting the gurney with a body lumped into the back of the van.
Why are you stopping?
The character in the book dying like that made me think about that kid, Hudson.
The guy that lived in that house with your cousin Shannon?
Yeah. Marcy lived there, too.
So Marcy writes about a fire, and then a friend of hers dies in one.
Yeah. Weird.
Asked me not to say anything, but he's been asking a lot of questions about Julie, you know, how she died.
He was suspicious.
Yeah. What you're saying is true. If Hudson and Julie were murdered like characters in your book.
Then there's a possibility that there's a copycat out there.
Yeah.
Which would mean that I'm responsible for Julian Hudson's death.
No, that is not true, okay? All you did was write a book,
And
sweetie.
if I hadn't written the book, Michael, then Julian Hudson might still be alive.
We don't know that. We don't know that these aren't accidents.
Michael, 1, maybe, but 2 people? Come on, even you have got to admit, it's a little strange for it to just be a coincidence.
Maybe we should talk to my brother.
So, this character that dies in the fire,
Yeah.
what happens next?
Looks like he fell down his basement steps. Went down probably because some fuses blew. Kicked over a gas can.
What? John, what is it?
Hudson Prescott, he was found at the bottom of his basement stairs. The fire marshal said something about he thought he had accidentally kicked over a gas can.
Oh, my God.
This thing is kind of a murder mystery, right? So, what are the chances that this character, Ben, didn't die by accident?
0 to none. Especially if you're thinking...
I checked the blackened residue on the door jambs. About 6 inches up the floor, there was an almost undetectable pinhole of raw wood. Above the spot, I could feel a slight forked indentation, as if someone had used a hammer against the wood to pry out a nail. At the same level, on the opposite jamb, a nail was still visible, bent and broken, its head gone but new. The nail was where it would have been if a wire had been stretched across the top of the stairs in order to trip someone.
So this character in the book was purposely tripped to make his death look like an accident?
But it wasn't.
So
Was it the same thing that happened to Hudson Prescott? Let's see what else we got here. Here, listen to this. I told him how a few summers ago, Sean Torini had gone into the embankment on an expressway ramp, totaled his car, died at the scene. How he'd been alone, on the way home from AC, apparently having had too much to drink.
car crash.
Yeah, like Julie Tanaka, who also happened to be one of Prescott's roommates.
Yeah, but Julie's death was an accident.
No, it wasn't. Her tire was shot out.
So, Marcy's character, Sean Torini, how did his accident happen? Are you seeing anything about that character's car crash?
No, nothing yet. You expecting someone?
No.
Evangeline, John, come on, somebody open up.
Hey, guys, come on in.
Hi. Oh, hi, you reading my book? Michael, he's reading the book.
Yeah, he's reading it to me.
Hey, you're feeling better?
Hi.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better.
Actually, we were just about to call you.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, because of this.
Yeah, that's why we're here too. Tell him, Marcy.
I mean, I don't know how far that you've gotten into the book, and I don't want to give anything away, so don't be mad at me if I give anything away. But, see, the thing is that one of the characters in the book died in a fire, and the other one died in a car accident. And I know that Julie and Hudson, you know, they were just accidents, right? But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is that, the character Ben who died in a fire, well, somebody caused him to fall down the steps, and the other character, Sean, who died in the car accident, well, somebody caused that too.
It's the same thing with your friend Julie. It wasn't an accident.
It wasn't an accident. So then it's true. See, they're trying to make the killing club real. It says right here, Sean's tire was shot out.
Same as Julie's.
Okay, but what about Hudson? You know, I mean, the character of Ben